So we're going to take a slight trip over there. Because, like I said, I am interested in this. So it looks like
Yeah,
he's got 69 days left to go. He's raised $2.3 million. He's now this is where things get funky, right? Because he says he's got 26,014 total purchasers. Okay, but if you go down to the individual items, he's got 20,000 purchases of the cover A, 10,000 purchases of cover B, 5,000 purchases, almost 6,000 of cover C. So right there, that's over 25,000, 26,000, right? So is the 26,000 individual? Like, is like, like if I ordered three different items, I'm just one purchaser. Is that how he's
yeah,
counting it?
that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. So as you can see, he's got so like the cover one signed. He's got
And I saw the great video you did about the costumes and they weren't able to keep it consistent across the covers,
yeah,
and yeah, uh, even as a feckless observer, um, I was just like, yeah, this is weird. Why is this character different looking here versus there? Yeah, yeah, I think you hit that spot on this week.
we got a. Where's my stream? Hold on. We got a. There we go. Extra Sanderson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate it, Extra Sanderson. I'm going to get a little clip. Here we go. So this is the new clip. Whenever you subscribe to the channel, I have to remind you this is what's going to happen.
You're gonna get raped! Raped!
Oh my god!
Raped! Raped!
Everybody who subscribes to the channel, you're going to get raped. It's just the way it is. Deal with it. But anyway, me, myself, and comics says this is what I was afraid of. Me and Robert were talking about this as well. I got the link at the top of the pinned comment if you want to jump in and discuss this with us. But back to what I was saying. Where we at? Okay, so now here's where things get weird, right? Because you got $35 is the comic book, right? But $50 is the signed versions. So we're talking 15 extra dollars. So that money, technically, right? So $50 gets you a signed book, right? But I would say $35 is being spent on the comic versus $15 is being spent on the signature, right? I think that's fair to say that. So you would have to kind of separate that amount. And same thing with like the poster, right? It's a poster. You don't get a comic book. It's just a poster. 680 purchases for just a poster. 1,000 purchases for this $30 poster. So that's what we're talking. $30,000. He made $30,000 just on this poster. It's not bad. Not a bad. 850 purchases of a shirt. Nothing. You get nothing here. Just a shirt.
Yeah, I mean, this is some pretty good grift.
At $30, he's got 1,700 purchases of this shirt. So it's over $30,000 just on shirts. It's a good grift. The trading cards, $100. He got almost 1,200 purchases of the trading cards. $100 for some fucking trading cards, guys. It's got a little information on the characters. You don't even know if you like the characters yet, but 1,100 of you, almost 1,200 of you, bought fucking $100 for fucking trading cards. Let's see. What do you get? No, I didn't fucking. I said view. No, don't. I don't want. I want to see what the shit was. I didn't want details. That's what I wanted. There we go. The mysterious Documon has been keeping tabs on characters. That's the stupidest name ever, right? Change his fucking name, Eric. The guy who documents the things in your universe is called Documon. This is not fucking Digimon, right? He's
Yeah,
not going to evolve. It's fucking Attack-umon.
it's like, mm, it's like if a male guy was not a male guy, the news guy was like called
Newsymon.
just the facts max or
Yeah.
something like that.
You get 11 cards for $100. You get 11 massive, high quality cards with special treatment. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by massive? Are they big? Are they like fucking giant size cards? Like what's massive and what's special treatment? Don't know. Exclusive information revealed and detailed by Documon. That information is gonna be, if it's only on your comic, on your trading cards, that's fucking stupid, right? If it's never in the books, then it's fucking dumb. I don't know why you would have information that's exclusive to the trading cards. Kind of stupid, especially since people are going to be talking about it, right? So it's not like that information is going to stay. Like there's not like a NDA attached to your fucking trading cards. Limited edition cards only available during the campaign. Art by Will Conrad and card design by Patrick Thomas Parnell. So 11 cards at $100. So you're talking what? It's like $10 a card, a little less than $10, like nine and some change per card. You're paying $9 for a fucking trading card. And you're like, yeah, that's a fucking good idea. 1,183 of you were like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna pay fucking $9 per card for this unknown universe. I don't even know what the cards. You've revealed the three, Zod and his two generals looking characters, Isom, Yara,
Well,
and
let me
Documon.
play devil's advocate as I regain my faculties a little bit here. Don't they have to have a full catalog in order to, convince you that the Snyderverse is a real thing? Or is it the Snyderverse?
No, this is the Rippaverse.
Rippaverse. Okay, yeah. You can tell I'm way over, but yeah. What do you think about that?
I think this is fucking ridiculous. Again, no one knows anything, right? They've revealed 7 characters. You're getting 11 cards. They've revealed 7 characters. You don't even know if you'll like these characters, right? You could get them. And
Yeah. No, I no branding. No, I mean, seeing Christian, he has the cross on his crotch.
Yeah. So here's here's how you know, right? When people say, "How do I know that people are buying this based on the personality of Eric July versus interest in the characters?" This is how I know. The Rippaverse concept art book, $75. Nothing. No, zero. Not one purchase. Not one person. Nobody's interested in the art for this Rippaverse, right? They've bought trading cards for some reason. 1,185. I'm gonna keep saying that. 1,185 of you fuckers bought trading cards for $100, but not one of you was like, you know what? I want some fucking concept art for the characters that you're interested in. Apparently, you love these fucking characters, but you don't want to know about the concept art.
Oh my god!
So then he has bundles. Isom cover A and B. So if you buy the 2 bundles, you get $10 off. So he's got 898 purchases. So here's what I wonder. I wonder how many people had bought these covers individually, right? Without realizing that they could have got like a double pack for cheaper.
Oh yeah, you can get the mega bundle with like digital and physical collection. Ooh, and a poster and a slap on the butt.
Yeah, so some of these are like you get the poster and the card, poster and a different cover. The Yara pack, this character that you You got a pack dedicated to a character that you know shit about, right? 222 were like, yes, I want this character. I don't know shit about. She could be an SJW who hates men and is like a lesbian who fucking comes from the planet of fuck you, white boy. But you're like, yeah, I want this character because reasons, right? Reasons. I can't figure out what people, if he had released information and was like, hey, here's what this character is, or here's her powers, or here's X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah, it's not compelling. It's standard. It's standard X-Men slash, all the failed comics from the 60s and 70s. Fair.
Myself in comics says there's a character trailer where you actually talk about them, and there's the character trailer where they just explain the plot that will happen to the character. Did he put out new trailers? Because the trailers that I've seen didn't actually talk about the characters. It just said it talked around the character, right? He's a character that exists in the Rippaverse, and Isom used to be a hero. He's not a hero no more. He just gave like the same little description that's in the fucking story part on the campaign page is what they had. Unless there's more videos that I haven't seen, right? Which is always a possibility because I don't watch everything. I'm not, glued to my
you're
fucking.
not omnipotent or omniscient.
Yeah, I'm not omniscient. I don't know everything. I'm always open to learning new things. So I'm looking at his channel, and the only ones is the Welcome to the Rippaverse, the Isom #1 trailer, which I watched, and it didn't really say shit. It was a 4-minute video that just flashed some pictures and didn't say shit about anything. Unless, like I said again, unless there's, I know Rippaverse has its own channel. So unless on the Rippaverse Comics channel, there's more trailers, and no, there's not. It's the same trailers. The Welcome to the Rippaverse thing was like, hey guys, I'm Rippa, and my comics won't be woke, so fucking buy comics from me. And everyone's like, yeah, fucking, we're gonna buy these comics because it's fucking great. Look at this art. This is the quote unquote better art than Marvel and DC, right? Empty background. There's nothing there. Highly undetailed characters, right? I don't know. This is in his book, right? Again, these are enjoy some interiors from the book, right? I didn't put this shit up there. He put this shit up there.
Yeah,
there's nothing there. You can't. There's no details. You can barely see. You can make out a face.
Yeah, maybe. Low res.
This is
stock things that could have been taken from other sketches.
Low res again. No details. Low res. His face. It almost looks like he doesn't have fucking eyes, right? I know it's hard for you guys to see because it's in a window within a window. And I'm looking at it straight at my computer. The art's not great. This panel is a little better, but then again, these guys are in green. For some reason, they're in green hued. It's green light, and you can tell it's green light because their faces, hands, it's not their clothing that's green. It's the light shined on them is green. The light shined on the rest of the room is blue, except for on her face because she's African-American, so she's not in a blue hue. He's kicking. I don't know what he's kicking, right? Again, if this is all the same panel, right? I don't know what the hell's going on. Right? Because if this is like a bunch of panels.
Fetal position.
Yeah.
Just like ready to spring out and shank you, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Again, if this is one page, right? Like if these are not just random panels that he just put together on this thing to show you, right? If this is actual, like from the book panels, right? You have this one panel. So he flips a guy over, boom, right? Okay, that's fine. Now there's a guy on the floor. The guy got white shirt on, the guy on the floor. Apparently he kicks that guy into these two other guys, right? But we got two guys here. The guys are at his back. So these guys are running at him. He flips over the one guy. Now he's walking. Where did the other guys go? Oh, they now somehow they're further away in order to allow him to kick him. And then this other guy just randomly shows up here.
Yeah, and there's Boy Blue.
Yeah. And this woman who's nowhere in any of these other panels is just here. Like, oh, look, she was here the whole time, guys.
She was to heighten the tension.
Yeah.
that feminine mystique to the whole thing.
Again, I don't know what the hell's going on here. You got a close up of this, more detail though. At least there's more
So it's
detail.
constipated.
Yeah, this constipated blonde lady here. We got some other lady falling, maybe. I don't know. This green line, I guess, is this Zod, the Zod wannabe character.
And I don't want to hate this, because I generally prefer, and people get down on me for this, but I genuinely prefer Western style comics to anime. You know.
Yeah, Gabe El Talib or something is the artist. Yeah, I know. And he could quit because of son of Kal-El because of SJ politics. No, he quit because they had Superboy being gay, right? Whatever. Superboy's gay now. The guy who took over Superman is gay. Whatever. I don't know how this bothers anybody, right? Maybe when I was 12, I was like, "Oh my god, two dudes kissing. That's disgusting." Right now, I'm like 41. I'm like, whatever. Two dudes are kissing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like.
It's not making me
And,
gay.
yeah, and you're in Chicago, you see that, just driving your car down the street,
Yeah. Yeah. So he was DC's. Yeah, he was on DC staff. Super tight boy. This comic looks like shit for real. Yeah, I'm saying, right? This is not anything special. And again, you could say, well, you can't. This is the same Amico problem, right? You can't go. We got the guy who was working for DC drawing our comics, and then I go, this is shit. And you're like, oh, it's the first comic. No, you promoted the guy from DC as your artist because he's from DC and he was fucking good, right? You're like, he's a great artist, and we got him. And then when I'm like, this is shit, and point out how shit it is, you're like, oh, well, it's first comic. Like, no, dude, it's shit. Like this shot here.
Yeah, and just a hot take, I guess, here. I feel that some of the earliest work is some of the most inspired, like those bands. The first two albums, you're like, oh yeah, they're OG, they're they're the shit, and then I lost the thread because yeah.
D Reed says exactly. They making it normal. It's normal. Like gay people exist, right? Just get over it. It doesn't affect you. Look at it this way. This is how I look at it, D Reed. The more gay men there are, the less competition for women there is for me. Women have less choices because there's more gay dudes.
Exactly.
So then I'm the hot shit now, right? You got to settle for me because you got no more dudes because all the pretty dudes are gay, right? So what else you got? What other choice you got? No, but like this right here. So he's got the Rippaverse helmet. Is for some reason he put that as a watermark on all three images. So it's not actually. Hopefully that's not. It's not actually on the comic. I'm assuming that it's a watermark on all three and not the actual comic itself. But so this would just, there's no detail in the background. I'm assuming this dude jumped and then this other dude jumped. This Isom dude, they both jumped at the same time. And he's gonna punch him before his arms come down. But this is like just standard. Like their knees are almost touching, which is weird. How is this guy's right knee almost touching this guy's right knee? Like,
but right, yeah, his right knee to his right knee.
His right knee should be back more because the way their bodies are lined up, right? His knees, their knees aren't supposed to be touching. Their knees should be off center of each other.
Oh man, I have a ton of comic books from failed like 60s, 70s. from like a vendor on the in the suburbs here that has been a steady source throughout my childhood and into my adulthood of geekery. And they they had they had that. Yeah.
They sold out of the I Want It All for $425. 200 people. For some reason, he limited the everything at the discount price. He limited that one. It's like, fuck that. I'm not giving everybody the discount, right? I'm only going to give 200 of you fuckers discount for everything. Except for there's a second I Want It All. How can there be two I Want It Alls? This makes no sense to me. Explain this. Somebody explain this. Unless this is
I Want It All Infinity Edition.
Maybe this is I Want It All plus signed. Like sign all my shit.
I want it all vicariously through you.
Fucking 10 people. He got 10 fucking people to spend $5,000 each.
5,000
to be canonized. To be canonized in the comic. In the Rippaverse. And he didn't say, I'm going to make it. Like, he's like, hey, I'm going to take your image and put you in my Rippaverse, and you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me for me to make a character based on you. That right there. That's fucking good. I wish I was that guy. I wish I could charge you people to like fucking be in my comic book. Like, hey, you want to be in my comic book? Pay me $5,000. You're not even going to be a main character. I'm just going to put you in the background somewhere. There's probably going to be a scene where Isom shows up to like a rally, and then all fucking 10 of you are in there. Those 10 of you are like background characters at some rally scene, and that's it. I'm like, yeah, fucking paid $5,000 for that shit. Now I know I spent fucking ridiculous money on a Miko show, but this is even like this is stupid even for me.
Yeah, this is not a bet. This is a prestige item, you know, for the man who has everything. I don't know if I'm wrong there or not.
Right. Albert's still trying. I don't think Albert's ever gotten on the stream. He just comes in and fucking loads up.
Am I still coming through?
Yeah, you're still good. Myself in Comics says he did lots of Batman and Green Lantern titles. I don't know. Do you think Supergirl feels self-conscious because she turned Superboy gay? No, I don't think so. Isn't the second already getting made? When do they have time to add characters for the 5K? It doesn't say add characters. That's the thing, right? It doesn't say. It just says be canonized in the Rippaverse. It just means he's going to put you in the Ripper. It doesn't. I don't even think it says he's going to make you a main character or make a comic based on you or whatever. He's just going to put you in there in the background. They just, hey, fucking draw these fucking people in the background or your name, fucking one of the characters. Now it's Detective Myself in Comics. See, you're in. Give me $5,000, right? Also, from my understanding, the second one's not going to get delivered or until 6 months after the campaign of this one ends, at least. So I don't even know if the next one's made yet. He might have just printed out the first ones, and he's got to work on the second one. And I don't know if the second one's gonna. This is a 96-page book. I don't know if the second one is 96 pages or if they're going to be, like 25-page floppies or what we're doing here. What did King of All Buttocks say? Don't listen to King of All Buttocks. He's always wrong in Carmine Infanta. Stop fucking around with people, King of All Buttocks. Especially when people don't know you're fucking around. Yeah, don't forget to sub to the channel. You're right, Stream Elements. Stream Elements, always on pod. Yeah. I mean, he knew people were going to pay it. I'm going to laugh when fucking it's going to be like Nerdrotic and Jeremy Griggs are the ones who bought this shit. So, yeah. So this is the Rippaverse campaign. He raised a lot of money. Good for him. I'm glad you raised money. This is not changing shit, though. I'm sorry. The people who are like, he's taking down Marvel, right? That 2 million is a drop in the bucket for them. He's made one comic that we know of, right? That's it. It's just the 96 pages, one book. It's going to get sent out starting next month. We don't even know if it's good. It might be shit. It might be great. It might be shit. We don't know. But that's not taking down Marvel. When he's on Isom, he doesn't have to do any campaigns, right, to raise any funds. And he's just selling them direct order. It's no longer a campaign, but he's like, hey, you can go to the comic shop and buy a fucking Isom number 52 and Yara number 27 and whatever, Dokuman, fucking Dukimon and all kind of bullshitty shit, right?
Yeah,
then maybe Marvel might pay attention.
Will be the scrivener.
You had all these comic book companies, right? Image Comics. Weren't they were going to take down Marvel? Because Image Comics is going to fucking do this shit right. Didn't do shit. Milestone Comics. Anyone remember Milestone Comics? Because they're fucking gone, right?
No, I don't. And I collected the cards before I got into Magic cards. I collected the Marvel cards. I need to sell those.
All right. Milestone had Static Shock in them. That was supposed to be like this huge thing, and nothing. It was gone. You had what the fuck was the Ultraverse? The Sigil comics. There's been other comics cakes. Yeah, I said that for years. And I constantly forget them until I'm on Twitter because I'm the one. They're nice to me. Yeah. Comicscape, Cyberfrog was going to take them down. It's not. It says Marvel's killing themselves. They really aren't. Like, people are like, Marvel comics are fucking, they're not going bankrupt anytime soon. Neither are DC. As woke and as fucking, SJW or whatever other buzzword you want to throw on Marvel and DC. I hate to tell you this, guys, but they're still selling comics and they're selling well, right? People are still buying comics. Comic shops are still ordering the comics. They're still moving units. And even if, they're like, hey, they've got to go from 35 books to fucking 30 books, that's still 30 more books than fucking Rippaverse, right? Rippaverse is not moving 30 bucks a month. They've potentially one comic that's going to start shipping next month. One. Marvel and DC are shipping multiple 40, 50 books. Almost, at one point, I think Marvel had like 40 books a month. Every fucking month. And this is not even including like your one shots, right? These are just ongoing series. It's not like your graphic novels and your one shots and all your other mini series that come up all the time. So no, they're not fucking going anywhere. Not anytime soon. Could some third party potentially come in? Yeah. Again, it's just like the Amico thing, right? A third company could show up, and if they do everything right, if they get their ducks in a row, and they cater to their audience, and they build their audience slowly but surely, and don't try to fucking take on the world, but just try to fucking worry about themselves, they could eventually carve out a niche and then expand that niche slowly but surely. But you're not fucking showing up day one. I'm taking out Marvel. Marvel's going down. They're fucking scared, right? And let's be realistic. Do you think if
No,
but I'm saying, let's say like this actually became, at some point this actually became a real threat. Marvel was like, shit, he's cutting into our sales, right? What do you think they would do? They're just like, oh, we'll just fucking revert the things back. All those things that you complained about, we just put them back. Now what? Now what happens? No one wants to buy Rippaverse because they just go back to, oh, hey, that's what I wanted. I wanted Captain America to go back to being fucking Steve Rogers and fuck Sam Wilson, right? And they did it. So now what? You got nothing to complain about. This is all based on my comic is not woke. Their comic is woke. That's it. This is all culture war bullshit. When the comic comes out, and if it's super great, I'm going to say it's super great, but I'm going to review it. I have an issue on order. I'm going to let you know if it's good or not. I'm going to give my opinion.
Well, I mean, it's good that you're there to call them out. People like me we kind of, you know, at best I'm a spectator on the comics front, because I have a lot, but I haven't looked at them in years. During or one of these comic stores was going out of business, or had to liquidate a bunch of stuff. I don't really remember, but like I have so many comics from the 60s, 70s era, that are not Marvel and DC. That we know there's a niche, you know.
Yeah.
But this guy's bland, you know. He's a bro with a cross on his crotch, you know.
Yeah, we
Like,
don't know much about him. But here's the thing. Let me get to this comment real quick. It says, myself in comics says, if the entire indie scene was making over $1 million, now that's a statement, but no one cares because they don't look. They wait for the sign to be in their face. Exactly. Indie comics are a thing. They've been a thing for years and years and years and years and fucking years, right? No one cares. No one's ever cared. The only reason people care about this is because it's Eric July, and he's saying that his comic's not going to be woke. He built a whole empire on YouTube criticizing wokeness and SJW shit and yelling at Marvel and DC, right? And once he's got that audience, now he says, hey guys, I'm going to do that thing that we're mad at. I'm going to do the thing against it. And all the SEALs clap their fucking hands. Yes, Eric, fucking do the thing, right? They don't know if his comic's good, right? He's done nothing to inspire any sort of confidence that he's going to write a competent book that I'm going to look forward to each and every month. I've seen many, many people in the comments online talking about this. I've never bought a comic before. I've never did this. I've never read comics. And they're buying this, right? So he's not even cutting into the Marvel DC crowd. He's creating a new audience. He's increasing the amount of people interested in comics, which is great for comics. And when this fucking thing collapses, maybe some of those people will buy Marvel and DC because they're like, hey, I like comics now. What's up, Finbar?
hey, Finbar. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt Tony. How's it going, bud?
What's up, meatbags? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Nice to finally talk to you guys. Tony, you brought up before it was saying it was $35 for one of the comics. Is that for one comic book?
It is for a 96-page comic book, yes.
96, but $35 for a 96-page comic.
Yeah.
How many sales did they say they made?
Well, they said, according to the website, 26,000 total purchases.
I mean, if it was signed, maybe.
No, it's expensive. Even for an indie comic, even for a first-time indie comic, 96 pages. We don't know the quality. We don't know shit.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not like an established publishing house. Yeah.
Has it shipped yet? Has anybody read it?
Nope. No ship, and he's not sent out any sort of review units or copies or whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, this is all just based on who he is, right? And it's fine. I understand. He has a big platform. People know who he is. And that's what they're buying it off of. So it's okay. Zudijid says, but they've canceled a lot of books. Here's something. See, again, this is like a thing that people don't understand or they don't realize, or they're twisting it to fit their narrative. Marvel and DC have launched and canceled books always. They're always trying to create new characters, and they launch books and the books get canceled because they don't get picked up, or the character becomes popular and the title continues, right? Marvel's had Darkhawk, Sleepwalker. In the 90s, they had all kind of characters that they tried to launch books for. It failed spectacularly, right? So it's not like a new thing. So saying that they've canceled books is not new, right? It's not like they've never did. Like now they've canceled books because they're at the point, right? People have this misconception about how much comics should sell, right? How many units should be moved, because the '90s comics became really, really hot, right? And so it was like a high period in comic books, and now they always compare it to that, right? Well, in the '90s they were selling this, yeah, but you know what? In the 2000s they weren't. Ever since the '90s, once they peaked, they started slowly going downhill, right? It wasn't like a long plateau and then downhill. It was just immediate spike, plateau, fucking downhill, right? So the idea that they're ever going to get back there is probably ridiculous. It's the same thing with wrestling, right? Wrestling had a heyday in the fucking '96 era. You know, NWO was the fucking hottest it's ever been, and it's never probably going to reach there again, right? It was just the fucking perfect storm. Comics were at the perfect storm. They hit a high point. They're never going to reach there again. But they're making money, right? And they cancel books that do bad, and they fucking renew books that do good, and they try to create new characters, and they hope something hits. They throw shit at the wall, hope it sticks. And that's it. And the same thing in this second point that you made, manga is killing them. Guess what? Manga has always killed them. Manga is read fucking like 100 to 1, maybe even more in India. India is one of the biggest countries for population that buy manga, right? They buy a shitload of manga, and they don't buy that many comic books. And that's one of the reasons is because of the price and what you get for a manga compared to a comic book. And so that market, it's just the India market is killing, you know, the comic books. If comic books sold as well as manga did in India, shit, they'd be making all kind of money, but they don't. And that's what it is. You know, manga sells in a lot of those Asian countries around Japan. They sell tons of manga, right? Now, if you take just the manga sales in the U.S. versus the comic book sales in the U.S., it's going to be closer, right? But manga is more popular worldwide in those highly dense population countries like India, and that's why they're getting killed. But manga is always killed. And the second point you got to understand is manga is not a monolith, right? So you're going to get something like One Piece that's going to fucking sell like shit ton of units, right? That's their Batman. It's fucking selling like fucking hotcakes. But do you know how many manga are selling shit? Right? How many? There's not like 6 manga and they're all doing good, right? There's like fucking hundreds and hundreds of fucking manga, right? And not all of them are killing it. Some of them are doing shit numbers, worse than Marvel comics, right? So if you compare those to the Marvel, you're like, oh, Marvel's fucking killing manga because, you know, these 100 fucking nothing comics that you've never heard of are getting fucking beat by Marvel. So you're just fucking cherry picking the fucking top manga that are the fucking killers. And you're going, look, they're beating Marvel. It's like,
yeah, there's manga on every subject under the sun, and also translated into every language under the sun as well. We don't have, I mean, we've got, so I'm in the UK, so we've got a few places you can buy American comics, but the only place really is North America where you'll get American comics like mainstream.
Yeah.
I think manga is probably translated into most languages in the world in the minute.
Yeah, and a lot of them are probably not translated just because there are a lot of manga that's mainly just pictures, right? Not even so much talking. So you're gonna get like basically a picture book. So you don't really gotta translate that much. It's not that hard. Fucking the what the fuck's that? Shonen Jump, the fucking magazine, sells like fucking hotcakes because they got like 6 or 7 different manga in there every week, right? Every month or whatever the fuck it is. Marvel and DC are the top dogs. They're doing the best. This is not anywhere close. Nothing so far, right? It's not close. You made some money. That's great. Fantastic. Do this on a regular basis for years and years and years. And then maybe Marvel will be like, hey, you know, you might be onto something. Right? Comicsgate, like fucking Cyberfrog, all those campaigns did really good, and then they started doing worse and worse and worse, right? Comicsgate, and fucking, I think it was your boy Zach. He's got like fucking 5 campaigns going right now. Or at one point he had 5 campaigns going, and he didn't deliver on 4 of them when he was starting his 5th one. It's all a grift. It's all a grift.
So how are they trying to fund this? Is this crowdfunded?
No,
I haven't followed this.
This particular one, supposedly he put up $200,000 of his own money to have the comics, created, printed up, and they're sitting in a warehouse. And I'm calling bullshit on that because Eric July is like me. And if he had them sitting in a warehouse, he would have posted pictures in a video. And he would have been like, here it is, guys. Here are my fucking comics. Come buy them because I'm waiting for you. They're waiting for you to own them, right? I've seen no pictures of the comics in the warehouse waiting.
Surely if they were printed, they would be getting them out to retailers.
Well,
right?
they don't have a distributor, as far as I know.
Right.
I think maybe Nerdrotic might be putting some in his comic shop. Maybe. But other than like some comic shop that someone owns and that he bought a bunch of books to sell them in his comic shop, maybe that'd be about it. But again, he didn't say, hey, order them and I'm going to fucking start shipping them out today, right? They're not shipping them out till next month, which again is like odd. Like if you have them ready to go, why aren't they shipping? They should be shipping the first day. They should be like, hey guys, the sooner you order them, the sooner you get your book because we're shipping them out as soon as you fucking get them, right? But he's not. So that screams to me like they weren't fucking printed out. He's like, he waited to see how well the campaign did. And then he's like, all right, guys, fucking we need 100,000 books. We need fucking 20,000 books, right? Because I was talking about this with Mad Max. I'm like, if he already printed them out, surely then he would have some idea how many books to print out, right? You didn't just fucking make a guess. So either he's going to have too many or too little, and then someone's going to get pissed either way, right? So I really, in my heart of hearts, and I'll never be able to prove it, but I'm pretty sure that he launched the campaign, didn't have shit printed out, and after the first couple of days, he's like, all right, this is how many we need. And now they're going to be printed out. That's why next month they start shipping because it's going to take half a month or so to fucking print them out. That's my theory.